Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 9:15 on Sunday night. Back with two for tomorrow. I'm in the Kingdom of Kerry in Killarney. I'm in the Fairview Hotel. When I spoke with you last, I was in the Belvedere and was to spend a second night in it with a new group. There was a group of 13. Things sort of changed the following day. I brought 4 of them to Stephen's Green up through O'Connell Street, and I was telling them where Cleary's clock was and what the GPO was there for and the history of the Spire as much as I knew about it. And one of them asked me about what I would tell them about Stephen's Green. I just said if you ever made the free man of Dublin, that you could feed your sheep for free on Stephen's Green. Said, do you know anything else about it? And I just said, the mind is blank. Paid no attention to it. Picked them up after an hour, brought them to the Guinness storehouse, wasn't it? And then they were going, I know where I picked them up. Anyway, I was only gone a couple hours, and there was a complaint. It's the first complaint made about me since I started this crack a few years ago, that when I answered the question about Stephen's Green, that I didn't know enough about it, that I said my mind was gone blank, which was honest. I didn't know much else to tell them, and that they were looking for a guide, not a driver, and at the bottom of the thing was please help. So I'm only too familiar to know that it was actually the people that complained that I hadn't picked up at the airport the day before. And another complaint was that when we met at 2:00, that I didn't pull the 12 of them together and introduce them to each other and all of this crack. They must want a group hug or something. I didn't know it. Actually, that's the first tour I've done with different groups. Normally it's family tours and it's far easier. It'll be my last as well. So there was that complaint, and I said, I know well enough that as a manager that when you lose the dressing room, there's no point trying to win it back. So we decided that I'd switch and get another man in, maybe more of a historian. I'd be more of a social guide. I know bits and pieces that would be enough, but if they wanted in-depth analysis of history throughout Ireland, Mickey D wouldn't be the man. If he wanted about horses or football, yes, but not about the regular history. So new man in, and I switched to a new tour the next morning. A family, there's 5 adults, including a grandmother, 2 daughters, 2 husbands, and 3 grandkids. Grand family altogether. Suits me down to the ground. We were picked them up at the airport the following morning. I was there for before 7, and we were in Dublin for the day. And then we headed for Cork yesterday. We were in, where were we last night? We were in Cove. What a crowd in Cove. There was thousands and thousands. Not alone was there a cruise liner in, but that pulled in at 7 this morning, but it was about a mile out last night. But the regatta was on. I had no drink, but I enjoyed the night with music on the streets and everything. But I woke up the other morning with an awful cough. It was that bloody heat was on in the room. I got worse during the day. And I'm not too bad now, puffing a little. So a new group, and actually bumped into the other crowd a couple of times today. Well, the bus, but I didn't bump into any of them that was on it. Not that I cared if I did or not. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But I thought it was a bit over the top, the comments made about me, and they were a bit untrue. But anyway, such is life. They're entitled to get what they think they're paid for, I suppose, and I wasn't their man. Met a good few the last couple of days, different places that knew me. I was asking about Estelia. No firm plans made yet. I must ring Peter tomorrow. I was looking, there is a couple of races coming up in 10 days or that, Mayor's Maiden Hurdle and flat race and that, so I'm sure she'll be out once before Listowel. What else? I didn't see any horse racing at all yesterday. Zero. I think it's the first time ever on a Saturday I've seen zero racing. We were left Dublin yesterday morning and to get to stopped off at Rocket Castle for 11:30, and then we went to Killarney, and then we went to Cove. So seen nothing, had no bet just at all or nothing. I've two horses picked out for tomorrow. They were sort of on my list. The 4:15 at Catterick, another Baar with Adrian Keatley. It won off 67 before. I was desperate and lucky the last day not to get up in time. I thought he had actually won. He was up £2 for that. I didn't even check the prices. I just wrote these down, and I don't know what price. It could be any price, short or long. I don't know. It's only £2 higher, and it's in form. And in the 6:45, a horse that I tipped up was an on-runner the last day, Al Muqdad. It's a similar sort of a thing. There's a race in it. It's handicapped well. It won. It was second of 81, and it's off 70. And I think there's no She McSweeney on that, taking off 3. Jana's Journey is hot favourite, and that has won 4. But the race fell apart the last time, and it coasted into the race. We'll go for Al Muqdad in that. So we're heading tomorrow to Dingle. Probably bump into the crowd as well tomorrow. But anyway, on to Galway the following night, Sligo the following night, and then Athlone, and then finished Friday in Dublin. I was supposed to be doing another tour, but I think I'll take. I was doing 2 tours then back to back. I think I'll take the 2 of them off. The head wasn't in a right frame of mind there at the start of the week, and it's fine now. But it looks like it could be an awkward tour for me on starting on Friday, so I might skip it. And there's one bigger one coming up then a couple of weeks later. I have an MRI scan as well in Sligo on the 2nd of September. So I might get to Killarney next weekend instead of as a punter. Bash the bookies, over and out.